understand.
Well, it's our first four-match victory. Actually, it's our first 4 sets of a match to end a match. Fortunately, we were, we upgraded at the end, even though it still wasn't real pretty, to be able to pull out a win. Looking at the stats, it's an ugly match for us. We lose in the attack percentage column, we lose in the block column, lose in the dig column. It's pretty even in the serve column, and this is just one of those matches that we were able to get the points at the right time. And we've been on the opposite side of this too. I'm thinking specifically Kansas, when we outstatted Kansas except in blocking, and we lost. So good work to the team as far as getting the win out. But we have a lot of work to do, and so there's a list of stuff that we need to go over on Tuesday to get ready for the next Big Ten battle.
Coach, what did you tell your ladies after that first set going down 25-12?
I thought we were passing okay. I thought it wasn't great. I thought our passing became better as the match came on, but we made a change in the offense. We put Kelly in to just see if we could get something going with the offense. It just wasn't clicking with me tonight and with the hitters. The hitters responded really well, but we just talked about we got to win the serve pass game. Let's upgrade our serving. Let's keep taking care of passing, but we got to swing out of it. And then we battled, and fortunately we battled long enough and longer than them. But I don't think it's any great words of wisdom. We just had to start playing.
Coach, are you happy with this? I mean, you got dominated in the first set, 12-0 run. Second set was shaky.
Well, I'm happy we won. A win's a win. You take them however you can get them. It's fortunately we don't have to rank the quality of a match or style points. I wouldn't be happy for that if that were part of scoring. But it's not. What I'm curious about is how we respond Tuesday in practice and how we can get better before we head out on a tough road trip.
It seemed that what made the difference in the second set is you started putting up a block and getting your hands on every attack they made. How were you able to do that?
We changed they weren't really attacking us in the middle of the court or away from the setter. It was either going to be a tight set close to the setter, and they weren't passing real great, so it made it pretty easy, I think, in reading for us. We moved our blockers closer to the pin, so they didn't have to make such a big move in blocking, that we could get some hands, especially on Holthus. We finally slowed down their attack on the right side, whether it was a middle or their legitimate right side. But we made some nice plays up there, and then we got on the serving run. The nice thing, we started controlling the serving part of it, specifically with Tori Dixon, serving 10 times in a row. So that was good for us.
Kelly, how did it feel out there? Your first time, really being at the center position and having control of the match. Did you feel, nervous, pressure out there to see back in the match?
I wasn't nervous. My teammates made me feel really comfortable out there, and everything that they were doing was helping me out. Like, passers were really on, and if hitters didn't like a set, they'd tell me what to do, and I just felt comfortable.
Did you feel ready to step into that role at this point in the season?
Since I've been cross-training, I guess, I've been taking, reps in different places, so it's kind of limited, but yeah, I'd say yes.
Coach, where does the team go from here with the setter battle? Is it a battle, or is this just kind of a one-time thing to just change the momentum of the match?
We have to go back and look at film from Illinois and Northwestern to make a decision about that. I think any position on the court is a battle. I mean, anyone could be replaced. I mean, if we had more depth, I think more people could find themselves, learning the medicine of the bench a little bit. But we don't have a lot of depth, and when we can have depth, it's always great to have competition and how players handle competition and the stress of it. Honestly, what I always like to see is every player do well. You don't want to see your players struggle. And the stresses of it, even though that's part of gaining competitive maturity, it's not comfortable for me to watch either when they go through these struggles. But we always give players another chance, even if after they've had a poor night or a poor match. We usually give that starter another chance in the next match, to earn it back. It just might be a one-time thing with me. It may not. I don't know. But we'll see how we handle practice, this week and make a decision on Friday.
So you don't have a starting setter in mind for Ohio State?
I do not.
What was it that you saw from Mia in the first set that made you want to make the change?
Well, I thought we were passing well enough that I couldn't understand why we weren't attacking better. They were, and I don't know what it was. I felt like they had, whether they were able to read her movements, their block was able to read her movement. I just felt the blockers were all over our hitters too much, especially on good passes where I thought we could hold. Some blockers more than what we were. I also don't know, I think she was so maybe internally focused on making her game better than from Friday night, that she wasn't able to give and elevate other players around her to play harder for her. I'm not quite sure. What I do know is that Kelly went in and she re-energized the team. The team energized themselves around her, and and Kelly's right. I thought they played well to help her play well, and that was nice to see.
And Kelly, talk about how were you able to step in and change the dynamic of the match? You were getting your hands on like every ball in that second set when you were in the front row going for a block.
I was just trying to get the hitters going, I guess. I kept talking to them and seeing what they wanted and what we could work with, and I don't know, it just felt good out there. It just worked for the most part.
What about your blocking? What was working with that?
I was just getting a lot of touches, I'd say. It doesn't have to be a straight down block to be good as long as I get a touch and defense can play around it. So